The sun beat down on Lekki Arts Crafts Market, the air thick with the scent of spices, leather, and fresh paint. I remember it like yesterday. I was 22, and life in Lagos felt like an open book. Then I saw her, Amara. She was haggling over a batik fabric, her laughter bright like the midday sun. I walked over, pretending to admire the same fabric, and just like that, our story began. We clicked. She told me she would just gotten out of a serious, complex relationship. I was clear with her right from the start. I wanted something serious, something monogamous. No games. She looked at me, her eyes thoughtful, and said she was not ready for a full-blown relationship yet, but she agreed to try, to see where it went. Longboat rides through Ikoyi, stopping for suya near Ikeja City Mall, sharing plates of Yolof rice. Her good morning texts were my alarm, her good night calls, my lullaby. I felt a hope I had not known before. Lagos felt different with her beside me. Then I had to go back to university outside Lagos. The distance was not easy, but I thought we could handle it. At first, the calls and texts kept flowing, but slowly, subtly, things changed. Her replies became shorter, less frequent. The good morning stopped. When I came back for a weekend, she always seemed to have plans with her friends. I am with Sade, Kule, and I are at a gig. I would give her the benefit of the doubt, telling myself, Tunde, Abeg, give her space. We are not officially together yet. I told myself she was just busy, but a knot of unease began to tighten in my chest. December came, and I rushed back to Lagos, hoping the break would bring us closer. We met at a small, quiet cafe in Yaba. The generator hummed softly outside, a familiar Lagos tune. Amara looked tired. She confessed she was going through a period of apathy, even depression. She said she would rather we just stayed on good terms. My heart sank, but I could not let it go. I pleaded with her. It would be a shame to throw everything away. Let us just try again, slowly. I will never pressure you. She nodded, her eyes distant, but then she leaned in and we kissed. A desperate, hopeful kiss. I thought, this is it. We can fix this. A few weeks after that conversation, life threw me a curveball. I fell seriously ill, bad enough to land me in a hospital in Surulere. The sterile smell, the quiet beeps of machines, it was a stark contrast to the Lagos I knew. I messaged Amara, told her what was happening. I expected a call, a text, something. Days crawled by. My phone stayed silent. Nothing. Not even a "How are you?" The pain of her absence, her complete silence, cut deeper than any physical ache. It was then, lying in that hospital bed, that I truly understood. Her promise to try again was just words. Empty words. I got out of the hospital, physically recovering, but emotionally I was a mess. I could not carry the weight of her silence anymore. I texted her, Amara, can we meet? To talk properly, to end things the right way. I waited and waited. The vibrant chaos of Balogun Market, usually a comfort, now felt like a mocking echo of my internal turmoil. Danforth honked, traders shouted, but all I heard was the deafening silence from my phone. No reply, not a word. The truth hit me like a Lagos bus at full speed. She had ghosted me. After 6 months. After everything. The feeling was crushing. I felt played. Foolish. How could someone just vanish? All the shared laughter, the late night talks, the promises of trying. Were they all just an act? My mind replayed every moment, searching for clues I would missed. Waiting by this? I mumbled to myself, walking aimlessly through the fading lights of a Lagos evening. How a person could just disappear like that? Without a word, without explanation. The weight of that unanswered text, that lack of closure, was heavier than any load I would ever carried. It felt like a part of me had been ripped out without even a goodbye. I spent days stewing in it. Should I send one last message? Tell her how immature she was, how she lacked basic decency. My friend Kunle, ever the pragmatist, saw my torment. Tunde, abeg, he said, clapping me on the shoulder as we ate egusi soup at the local buka. No, they waste your energy. If she no value you enough to close things properly, then she no deserve your words. I scrolled through our old messages, our early days filled with so much warmth. My thumb hovered over the keyboard. I drafted a message, deleted it, drafted another. The anger, the hurt, it boiled. But Gurna's words kept echoing. Was it worth it? It hurt like hell, but I chose silence. Not for her, but for me. I did not get the closure I wanted, but I had to find it within myself. It was a harsh lesson in communication, in respecting my own worth. As the Lagos sun rose over the lagoon a few mornings later, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, I felt a shift. The pain was still there, a dull ache, but beneath it, a tiny seed of resolve had begun to sprout. This was not the end of my story, just a painful closing of a chapter. I was ready to heal, ready to learn, ready for whatever Lagos had next.